Hello, friends. Now, when you watch YouTube's sports card videos with vintage baseball cards, do you get the feeling that rookie cards are the end-all, be-all, and the absolute most important thing?
Shoot, yeah. Maybe they are.
And if you're not collecting rookie cards of vintage Hall of Famers, that you are somehow not achieving what you're supposed to be achieving?
Maybe you're not...
You know what I said to that?
Well, fuck 'em!
Now, that's a bit harsh, but what I am doing is something different.
I can be different.
So stick around and I'll tell you all about it. Hello, friends. I am John and I am the 3D Ace Kid. So I recently had the chance to talk to baseball collector Mike Moynihan, and it's actually going to be a Golden Age of Cardboard episode that may actually come out the same day I've got this thing ready.
Will it be ready by then?
So what we ended up talking about is how I collect a bit differently than him.
You are an idiot.
As someone who has been around like he has for years and years and years, he had the opportunity to collect a lot of these rookie cards when they were far cheaper than they are now.
Lucky?
And someone like me who was rekindled to collect again just in the last 3 years and didn't even start collecting vintage baseball until 2021.
Oh, good Lord, why did you wait so long?
These rookie cards are just financially out of reach. And I ultimately came to the decision that it was not something I was even going to start pursuing.
Why bother?
But what I did want to do was try to collect one card of every Hall of Famer.
A noble ambition.
And I'm not just talking post-war. So if I focused on post-war rookie collecting, I would not have the money to ever even touch anything in pre-war.
That would be a shame.
What I have been doing is collecting one card of every player, and I am now almost done with post-war Hall of Famers. I literally have 3 more cards that are post-war cards that I plan to purchase.
Sweet!
And I am already starting to collect pre-war players, as you see up here.
Awesome!
But I'm going to share a little bit into the cards I am collecting. This is my second video kind of in this series of revealing, and now I've got 23 more cards that I'm going to put data out there.
Really? So you're like a nerd?
Of what I have versus the rookie and some cost comparison so that you can see that. So I have, again, put together a presentation. So let's switch that camera over and start.
Let's do it!
So here we are, unlike last time where I tried to show you what I had paid for the cards I had collected. In this case, 20 of these cards I actually purchased raw, and typically they were in groups and lots at a few card shows I attended. And so rather than give you what I paid raw and to do the grading, I actually researched to find, approximately what these cards would go for in the slabs they're in now and in the grade they're in now. So that is the data I'm putting in this presentation with the cards in my collection. Once again, the pictures on the left will be the exact card in my collection, and the pictures on the right will be the closest thing I could find to the rookie card and in the same grade if possible. And then the numbers I'm providing for those rookie cards will either be from the most recent auction or in some cases the best guesstimate I could come up with for the grades involved. So let's get underway here. My first card is this 1972 Topps Ted Simmons, which I happened to actually find this one already graded, and I ended up doing a buy it now for $23. And I have now found a rookie card from a year earlier, was most recently purchased for $22. So this is a case where this guy is not getting a lot of love. And so basically his cards slabbed other than in very high grades pretty much sell for the price of grading. So there's not really going to be much of a difference for him unless you're talking about something that's like a 7 or 8 or something in his cards. So moving on. Number 2, I also recently purchased this one graded. I found a Raleigh Fingers in an auction and was able to get it for only $19. The 72 here, while his 69 3-player rookie card I can't stand the multiplayer rookie cards of the 60s and 70s. 7 most recently sold at auction for $82. And up next, the 72 Topps Don Sutton. Now, this is a case where I actually did get this one raw and graded, and because of the great grade there, he's not exactly in high demand for a 72. I probably came out even on the exchange there with would I be able to find one for that was slabbed. And then his rookie card in a 7 goes for in the neighborhood of $120. Had to do an estimate on that one. Number 4, Tony Perez ended up being a 3.5. And in this case, the $8 I am putting up for that one was actually a recent auction of a 5.5 that went for $8. So let's strike this one up to a learning experience with the grading process. And I kind of paid for an education on that front with this card. Whereas his 65 rookie, the best picture I could find was this 4. And my guesstimate then on a 3.5 would be $60. Number 5 card here, another 72 with the Steve Carlton. Mine being this slightly off-center 4, ended up grading as a 4, and raw to grade again in this case. So I took a slight, you combine the grading fee, the shipping, buying the raw card, lost a few dollars in my grading education. And or maybe I invested a few dollars, let's put it that way. So on the 65 card here with a 4, estimate there is $120 for that one. Number 6, lubrock 72 Topps card. I've got a 4.5 that I had graded. And on this one, the $15 I pulled was actually a auction for a 5 of that card. So again, it was an investment in my grading education there. And the most recent 62 Topps actually found a 4.5 auction that went for $143. So quite a big leap there from his 72 card. Number 7, Willie McCovey 72. This was another one I had graded, and pretty much, in terms of the cost of getting one and being patient and getting one slabbed, it's kind of a wash of what I ended up paying. Versus, we're getting even more spendy here with this 60 Topps rookie. When you get a 6th grade, I'm guesstimating there of $255. Had to extrapolate from slightly higher and slightly lower grades to kind of guess that amount on that one. And number 8, I have got a 1960 Frank Robinson that I graded. And this one has mostly been transactioning at buy it nows. And kind of the average on that grade, I came up with a $35 value versus his 57 Topps rookie card is a $200 value at a 3.5 grade. So another big jump with only a 3-year gap. Number 9, now we've got the Brooks Robinson rookie. Shockingly, his 60 goes a bit cheaper. It's only half a point different from Frank, but his card seems to be less popular in the 1960 card there. I don't know. He's got kind of a little bit of a sneer on that main portrait, maybe, that they don't like. So versus his rookie card seems to transact for about twice the amount of the Frank Robinson rookie and the slightly higher grade even. So, all the way up to $400 there approximately for a Robinson in a 3. And number 10, I've got Bill Mazeroski's 60 Topps card, which, I think it's kind of a cool thing to have a 60 Maz, considering what he did in 1960. And, the classic chaw on the cheek there portrait, along with the batting pose you get, along with the, the cool Pirates logo on the 60 Topps card. And these are a cheap one that can be had for $20 if you happen to find one that's actually being sold graded. Versus the rookie is actually, not exactly in high demand, as he was primarily a defensive player. So he doesn't get much love. And guesstimate on a 3 would be around $50 on that rookie card. For number 11, we've got Louis Aparicio. I got a very good grade on my raw copy there at a 7. So that one turns out to be worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 versus then his 56 card in a 7 would be more like $285. So, still pretty cheap for considering that high of a grade for a 1950s card. So not exactly a high demand player, but still a big jump to that rookie card. So number 12, left arm of God here, legendary player. The 60 Tops card, another one of my grading cards that I ended up with a 3, and that 3 would go for somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 versus there were a couple of recent auctions for 3s that I averaged out to come up with that $675 figure for his rookie card. Definitely not a cheap one there. And now Harman Killebrew, another 60 Tops card of mine that my education I paid for there to get it graded, and a more patient could get one now for $20 around that amount versus his most recent auction for exactly this card here as shown in a 3 went for $157. Number 14, we've got the 1960 Tops Ernie Banks. Thanks again to Vintage Sanctuary for gifting me this one. It came to me as a PSA 4. I crossed it over to its beautiful tuxedo, ended up with a 5, which values it now at approximately $75 versus his 54 rookie card. There were a couple sales actually of this grade that I averaged out to get the $1,625 amount, which admittedly, yes, this is one of the most beautiful rookie cards out there, but whoa, that's a hefty price to pay. So I love the look of that 60 card as in my collection, so that's what I am satisfied to take. Number 15. Now, I don't know about you, but at least between these two cards, it seems like Hoyt Wilhelm might be the least photogenic person in vintage cards. I'll have to look at some of his other issues, and maybe someday I'll swap this one out for one that he took that actually has a decent photo. But for now, what fills my spot for a Hall of Famer is this 60 Tops Hoyt Wilhelm, which in its 4 grade that I got is valued around $20. And this is one of those crazy high numbers from the 52 Top set for the rookie. So that's where we're getting a $1,500 price tag for this 4. Number 16, I've got the 1960 Tops Mini Minoso, which graded out as a 5 for me, which puts it around a $25 value versus not a high number, but still a premium for 52 Tops. So we end up with $540 for that one. Number 17, Whitey Ford, my 1960 Tops card of him, ended up with a 5, which prices that one in the neighborhood of $50 versus a 51 Bowman, which, as you can see, I wasn't able to pull directly a 5. There were no recent transactions of one, so I extrapolated out from other graded sales, came up with that estimate of $1,500 for a 5 in a 51 Bowman Whitey Ford. Number 18, I'm showing, just picked one of my various Willie Mays cards here. As some of you that watch me regularly know, I have a 55 to 73 player run of Willie Mays. He's the one person I've built any kind of player run for in vintage, and chose this one because it's got a nice looking front on this 56 Tops and a 1. It is a scrapbook glued back that gives it that grade. So on the other side, I was not able to pull a similar looking, decent front 1. So I ended up with this picture of a 2. And I am estimating that a good looking in the front at least 1 would be somewhere in the range of $4,000 on this 51 Bowman Mays rookie. So huge expense on that one. 19, we're at Monty Irvin, Willie Mays mentor on the Giants. Here with a 53 Bowman color is the one in my set that I got graded. Ended up with a 3, and estimates here in the range of $35 versus his 51 Bowman. Didn't have the exact grade, obviously, since I used this 2.5 available to show a picture, and also had to extrapolate the value to get that $150 mark. Still quite a bit of multiples of cost between just 2 years here, and I really love the look of the 53 Bowman set, so I will happily put that one in my collection. Number 20, Robin Roberts. I have got his 60 Tops card, which apparently has almost no demand since even in a 5.5, I'm putting a guesstimate here of $20 as I saw a transaction of a 5 for $20, and I doubt there'd be any difference in a 5.5. So I just went with that $20 figure. And then his rookie is the 49 Bowman set. And in a 5 there, we're talking in the neighborhood of $375. And I don't know about you, I'm not a huge fan of the 49 Bowman design, so I kind of like having the 60 Tops. Looks just fine to me, especially the look at those price tags. Number 21, Gil Hodges, another case of not exactly high demand in 1960 card of his. So valued at only about $20, 4 that I got versus estimate now of 49 Bowman is going to be $350. And I had to pull a picture of a 5 here because there were not too many available to even choose from. Number 22, we're at Larry Dolby now. I've got the 53 Bowman color of his, and my 4 grade ends up with a value of around $50 versus his 49 Bowman rookie is a costly one. And guesstimating a grade of 4 on that, I had to use a 5 picture, but I extrapolated there to come up with $2,000 estimate on his rookie card there. And my last card of this presentation, the 53 Bowman color, Richie Ashburn, which in a 5.5 grade would go for somewhere around $75 versus his 49 Bowman rookie in a similar grade there. Had to extrapolate and guesstimate here of $650. So all these cards, these 23 cards together, end up giving me a grand total of $865 for my collection versus $15,259 for the 23 different rookies. And I've even tallied up these results from those with my last video, and I have now a running total of 53 cards between the two videos, and my collection goes for $2,085 versus the rookies would cost $46,634. And of the remaining cards I need to cover in this series, there's only 9 more cards that I already own and need to grade, and 2 more cards to buy, which would be a 55 Topps Jackie Robinson is my target, and you can't see it because I'm in the way, but a 53 Topps Satchel Paige would be the other card. And so I've restricted this whole list here to players where I am collecting a vintage card of them, and they have a post-war rookie, as I, at this point, did not want to jumble things by stepping into the pre-war arena as far as availability and pricing goes, because the pre-war, at least the late pre-war rookies there, those can get pretty darn costly. So I just put the boundary conditions on what I'm doing here for this little gathering to that point. So everybody, I hope you'll like what I've put together here, and thank you for watching. And the important message is here: collect what you want to collect. Don't let anyone else make you feel like what you're collecting is in any way less than, and it should make you happy. I mean, there's lots of cool cards. You don't have to buy rookies. So everybody, thanks for watching.
Okay,